Hello there, this is the first in a short series of videos I'm going to do showing you how you can get Oblivion up and running on your Mac using a program called Wineskin. Now you might have heard of Wine before. It's basically Windows emulation software, but it can be quite complicated to use, and the good thing about Wineskin is that it hides a lot of the complexity away from you and just gives you one single app to run, which contains all your wine files and also the Windows software that you actually want to execute. So let's get started. Right, the first thing to do is head over to the Wineskin web page. Here it is, a link will be in the description, and you can from there go to downloads and download it. The app is actually called Wineskin Winery. So you download that, you install it. It's just a normal installer, and what you end up with, if I open it, find a window, if you go to your applications, you'll end up with an app called Wineskin Winery. There we go. So if you just start that, it uses a terminology called wrappers. Now, as I said earlier, these wrappers encapsulate all the wine software plus your Windows software that you want to run as well. You can also, with Wineskin, choose different versions of wine. So if there's one version in particular which is particularly good at running your the game that you want to run, or maybe a new version of Wine's introduced a bug, you can actually roll it back to an earlier one quite easily, and you can install loads of old engines of Wine. You just pick from the drop down list there. But I'm not going to show you how to do that because it's probably best just to keep up to date with the latest one. So what you want to do first of all is you want to create a new blank wrapper for the game you're going to install. So we'll do that. I'm going to call it Oblivion How To. I do already have an Oblivion app, and that's the one I use to play the game. So there we go, and it works its magic. It is normally a bit quicker than this, but the screen capturing software I'm running is having a bit of an impact on the system. But there we go. Now it's going to. There we go. Now it's going to ask to install Gecko. Now what this is just it'll install basically a version of Internet Explorer that doesn't use Internet Explorer. I recommend you install it, if only because if you don't install it, it will nag you quite often to do it. So it's better just to get it out of the way. And sometimes it takes a long time like this, and other times the installer will fail, but it's alright. It doesn't actually affect anything much, and it will ask you again to install it later on. So what I'm going to do, as this is taking such a long time to download, and normally it's quite quick, I'm actually going to just pause the recording here and we'll come back once this is finished. Okay, so it's finished now, and I've now got a new blank wrapper. So where is it? What's it done? Let's have a look. So we can now quit Wineskin Winery. What you need to do now is go to your home directory. So I'm going to click on there, and then just go down to or rather up to the applications directory inside your home directory. There we go. Now you'll have a Wineskin directory created in there, and in there will be the file, the wrapper you've just created. Now, as I said earlier, I play. I've already got one set up for Oblivion, and that's it. This is the one we've just done. So what do we do now? Well, let's just have a look at what we've got here. Although it looks to be a single file, there's actually quite a lot in there. If you right click and do show package contents, you can see that what we've got, if we click on drive C rather, we've actually got the Windows file hierarchy in there. and users and Windows, and basically and we've also got a program for controlling all, setting things up, configuring it, that sort of thing. I will just point out something to you. If you go into Advanced and then go to the Options tab, you've got this option here: map your user OS X folders on into the wrapper. Now what this means is that say for example the My Documents in your Windows wrapper would actually map onto your Documents folder on your Mac. And other things do as well, your application settings and stuff like that. I actually don't want that, because I don't like all these Windows files contaminating my Mac hard drive. If you unclick that, everything, all the settings, everything it'll ever write stays within the wrapper, and you don't need to worry about where it puts things. So, having done that, we're almost ready to install. I will just point out to the WineHQ website. This contains a list of loads and loads of Windows applications and how well they run, and it's always a good idea to check this first before you install anything, because it can give you an idea of the sort of problems you might face and how well things actually run. So this says everything, and I mean like everything, including all the official expansions, works, but there are some bugs. The first one up here we don't need to worry about. This is just to do with a mod which we're not going to install. This one we will experience. You can't skip the intro movies by pressing escape, and I will show you how to get around that, because it's a bit of a pain to have to sit through those movies every time you start the program. There's another one we need to be concerned about, which is the black skin of the main hero without a native DirectX 9 DLL. So yes, your main character will always have a black skin unless you install that. So how do you actually do that? Well, Wineskin makes it very easy to do. If we go to Advanced, go to Tools, you'll see something called Wine Tricks. Just click on there. We want a DLL, so click on there, and it'll give us a list of all the various DLLs we can install. And we'll just install the whole lot of DirectX 9, like just by checking that box, and then we do run. And then it'll ask, do we really want to do that? And yes, we do. And then we just let it do it. And it doesn't take that long. There we go. So yeah, it downloads it and then installs it. Right, there we go. It's finished, so I can close that. And we're actually done here now. We don't need to worry about anything more in there. So we might as well install Windows software. So if you click on that option, it's actually going to ask for a setup program. Now I'm going to put my Oblivion disk into my hard drive. If you've got if you've got Oblivion on Steam, then I honestly don't know what you're going to do. I don't think this is going to work for it. So you need CD version only. I expect somebody out there has figured it out. So let's just wait for it to recognise the drive. There we go. Set down. There we go. Setup.exe. We just choose that, and it'll start to run it. And there we go. It's off. The install shield wizard's doing its stuff. And then from this point on, it's just exactly like a normal install. There we go. I accept the terms of the licensing agreement, and I've just read them. There we go. And we'll just accept the defaults into program files, and yeah, we'll just begin. And it's off. There we go. If I just move that up from behind the dock, you'll see it's copying files away. This does take a while, so we'll come back when it's done and we'll see what we've got at the end of it. Right, we're nearly done now. It's almost there. It's just copying over the introduction videos now. And there, success. We don't need to worry about an Oblivion shortcut on the desktop, and I don't particularly want to view the README file because I've seen it all before, so we'll just click Finish. Now, when it's finished, I almost forgot that there. It'll ask you what the main executable that you want to run is. Now, that's for when you're actually clicking on it from Finder. So you click on there, and it would actually then, it's going to run the Windows program that you put here. Now Oblivion is the main one, and that's the one we're going to want most often, and it's selected that already. But if you did want another one, just click the list, and it's gone through and found a load of exes there for you that you can choose if you prefer. Obviously we're not going to do that. It would be handier though to occasionally launch Oblivion Launcher. We'll leave this as the main one, but you can specify others that you use frequently. So I'll just show you how to do that because it is going to be useful. You go into Advanced and click on Custom Exe Creator. So I'm just going to call it Oblivion Launcher, and then we just browse for the Windows exe we want. And what we'll do now is we'll actually go through the Windows directory structure, program files, Bethesda, Oblivion, and there it is, Oblivion Launcher. That's the one we want. Okay, and we are actually going to, I'll save that now. Yeah, so yeah, it's just telling me there it's done it. So we're finished with that screen. I'm actually going to come out of there for now. Go back into Finder. Where are we? I want to go into here again, show package contents, and you'll see I've now got the Oblivion Launcher app there. And I'm actually going to start that now. Simply because I want it to, I just want to set up the graphics options before we go in. And this will cause it to auto detect them, and then I'll change it. So there we go. There we go. Oblivion will now detect your video hardware and set video options accordingly. Oh, it's telling me about that again. It's obviously not done it. I told you it'd nag. Let's put that out of the way. So there we go. So yeah, it's defaulting to medium quality, but my Mac will can handle it maximum quality at 1900 by 1200, whatever. I'm not going to set it up for that because I'm using a smaller resolution just with the screen capture software. So I'm going to go into options. I'm going to set the resolution to be 1280 by 800. Turn off distant trees as well. It's glitchy under Wine, and you'll just have trees flickering on and off and doing all sorts of things. That's done for the basic graphic options there. I'll just let this finish because it looks like it's nearly done. There we go. So let's go in. Yes, and that little window popping up was just telling me services.exe has crashed. Now it crashes all the time, every time you run it, but it doesn't affect absolutely anything, so you can just safely ignore it. And there we go, we are now having to sit through the introduction videos because we've not sorted that out yet. That was quite quick. There we go. Oblivion. There. It's running a bit sluggishly because of the capture software running. Right, we'll start a new game. There we go, we don't want to see Patrick. There we are, so we're in. I could just enter the... yeah, I'll just do this just so you can see it's actually working. And there we are, we're in the cell.
Oh look, an Imperial in the Imperial prison.
Yep, afraid so,
I
matey.
guess they don't play favorites, huh?
No, they don't.
Your own kinsmen think you're a piece of human trash.
True, so
How
true.
sad.
But we're not bothered about that. So let's
I bet the
get out of here. Actually, before we do go back, I will show you something. If you're just greeted by a black screen, apart from options when the game starts, I will just show you how to fix that. Just go to video options, scroll down, and make sure HDR lighting is off, because it doesn't work very well under Wine. Bloom lighting you can use instead. It does much the same thing, although HDR lighting is a bit nicer looking. So yeah, if you just can't see anything at all apart from menus and stuff like that, just turn HDR lighting off. So return, and we'll quit out of there. So yeah, like I said, services.exe, you always get this pop-up telling you it's crashed. Don't worry. Doesn't mean nothing at all. Now, introduction videos. We need to. What we're going to do is we're going to go into where we installed Oblivion, and we're going to rename the videos it plays on startup, just to make sure that they don't keep popping up and we don't have to sit through them every time. So you go into Program Files, Bethesda, Oblivion, and then into Data, and then into Video. And I think there are about 5 that we need to sort out. I keep them there. I don't. You could delete them, but I just add stuff onto the names so it can't recognise them. So I just call them. I just add .old onto the end, but I think you can just do whatever you like. You want to do 2K games. The Bethesda Softworks is another one. Game Studios. Oblivion for logo, and Oblivion legal. Right, so that's that. So if we just go back up and up and up until we come out of the package contents entirely, well, there we are. If we click on this now, it'll run Oblivion and just take us straight in without any intro videos. There we go, services.exe's crashed again. There we are. That's my, I don't know if you heard that, that's my DVD drive making a racket in the background there. So the only thing that you might want to do immediately after installing then is just change the icon. To do this, you need to go and download a bit of software called img2 icons. It's a free download from this site. I'll put a link in the description. There are two versions, but just download the free one. And what you do, you just run it. Let me do img2. There we go. Pop it up. Now, we want to drop the icon file from the Oblivion disk, which is there, oblivion.ico. Just drop it on there, and then it asks you to select an output format, and we want it in icons format there. And now it's asking me to save it, so I'm going to pop it on the desktop. Yeah, go on then, and there it's created it. So we've got a Mac format icon now from the Oblivion one. So we'll just quit. Oops, just quit it and close that. To set the icon, it's dead easy. You just show package contents, go to the Wineskin program inside there, advanced, and there you've got the option to set the icon. So we'll just browse for it. Desktop. And there we go, that's the one I created, so we'll choose that. Done. And we'll quit that. So if we look out here now, there we go, the icon's changed, and it'll appear in the dock when it starts with the Oblivion icon as well. Right, so that's that for now. That's your guide to installing Oblivion and running it. The next thing we need to look at is installing the expansions. We'll do the Shivering Isles first, but I'm going to do that shortly. I'm just going to get set up for it before I do that, so I'll be back in a second. Right, I'm back now, and as you can see by looking on there, I've inserted my Shivering Isles disk. Now, normally what you do to install new software is exactly what we did to install Oblivion. So if I just right click on the Oblivion how to, show package contents, we'd start the Wineskin program inside there, and we do install Windows software. Now let me show you what happens if we try this on using Wine. So I'm going to go to English, setup.exe, and we'll let it run. And we'll wait, and then something should happen. There we go. Services exe is crashed, that's fine. But it's also saying that this is not a Shivering Isles CD-ROM because of Secure ROM. Wine does not support Secure ROM, at least the version of Wine that's on here doesn't. Your mileage may vary. I've read that it does actually work for some people. If it does, then if it does work for you, then Shivering Isles install is dead easy. Just run the installer. But I actually can't, so I've got to do it the hard way by hand. So I'm going to cancel out of this and show you how to do that in case you need to. Oh, is it going to? Let's just force quit it. So we'll just let that finish up, yeah. And every time you install or try to install new software, it asks you to choose the main executable. I'm going to leave it as Oblivion there. So let's quit out of that. Let's take a look at what the files we've got on the disk. There we go. So English. What we need to do is extract all the files in these these actual cab files here, .cabs, are compressed files like zip files, and we need to extract the contents of those and copy them over manually. And to To unextract or extract even these files, you need a program called Unshield, because it's an awkward format. So luckily it's available for the Mac from this website, the unofficial Elder Scroll pages. They've got it here, you can download it. Comes down as a zip file, and if I just show you, once you've unzipped it, you get an install package. So you just run that and you get a normal Mac installer as such. Now I've already installed it, so I'm not going to run through that again. Oops, no I'm not. Actually, I'm going to quit out. So having installed that, what do you do? Well, you have to you have to go to the command line now and get your hands dirty with that. Unfortunately, there's no other way around it. So I'm going to go down to Utilities in my Applications folder, which is there, and Terminal. I have new mail. I always seem to have new mail, and I don't know where it comes from, but never mind. When this starts up, you can just check your working directory by typing pwd, and it should be the root of your home directory, users, whatever your name is. So the first thing we need to do really is make a directory to put all the extracted files in. So I'm going to make a directory and call it SI. You could do it from the Finder if you want, but we're in the terminal, so we might as well do it here. And then we want to change to be inside it, so CD to SI, and if you do print working directory again, you'll see that we're now inside the SI directory. Now we run Unshield, and because it's a console app, we run it from the terminal. So we do Unshield, we tell it to do X for extract, and now we need to tell it where to find the files, the cab files. So it's with the CD inserted, it's volumes. I just did vol and pressed tab, and it's filled in volumes for me. It's done the rest, and I'm going to be using that quite often to save me typing. So I'm going to type sh, because I can't be bothered to type Shivering. I'll press tab and it fills it in, and then it's just data 1. No, it's English, wasn't it? So just do it press tab, English, data 1 dot cab. Does it know that? Data 1 dot, yes, dot cab. There's two data 1 files there. What dot cab dot header, but we want the cab file. So you do Unshield X that, and then like the blue touch paper, and off it goes. And we just basically sit and wait for it. It's going to take a couple of minutes because it's got about a gig or so to extract, so I'll let that run and come back when it's finished. Right, there we go, it's all done now. Took about 5 minutes in the end, not too bad. So we can actually do ls, and there we go, we've got the files there and the directory up the top called plugin. Right, we can actually close the terminal now, we don't need it, so exit that and quit from there. What we need to do now is copy the files over, so I'll just close that and that one. So if we come out, you need to go to your Oblivion how-to and do show package contents, and then navigate down into your drive C, program files, Bethesda Softworks, Oblivion. We want that directory. Now then, I need to open another Finder window and go to the directory where we've just unpacked all those files. So it's be around here somewhere. That's it. And we want to go into the plugin directory. I'll just open it like that. First things we'll need to do are go into the data directories on both. So we're in the Oblivion data directory. We're in the data directory, and what we need to do is copy all these DLC files plus the oblivion.esm. So we just copy those. In fact, I'll do it just so you can see. I won't use the keyboard shortcuts. So copy 6 items, paste items. And yes, it's telling me that there's already a file called oblivion.esm. We want to replace it. And it's going to take about a minute just to copy those over. So I'm just going to have a swig of coffee. Bear with me 1 second. Right, okay, that's done now. So next we need to copy all of these shaders from the shaders directory. So we just go into there, select everything and copy them into the shaders directory in our wrapper. So there we go, just paste 19 items wherever it is. Nope, come on, I want to paste. Oh, I'll do it with the keyboard shortcut. There we go. We'll replace everything because that's what we need to do. Doesn't take very long to copy them over. So we can come out of shaders, and the last thing to do is there's a textures directory there. I haven't got a textures directory, so I'm just going to copy it, the entire thing, and paste it. Is that in there? Oops, didn't mean to do that. Shaders video, I can't see where it went there. Let's try again. There we go. Don't know what happened to it the first time. So we're almost done now. We just want to come back up to the plugin directory, and we've got the oblivion.exe there. That needs to be copied over as well. So we come out of the data directory in the wrapper. We're now in the Oblivion directory. There's the original Oblivion, so we just copy this and then just paste it and replace. And that's pretty much it, apart from one small thing. If we come out now all the way back up to here, we've got our Oblivion launcher. We need to run this now, just to make sure it knows to load the expansion packs when Oblivion starts to run. Normally that's all taken care of you by the installer, but obviously we haven't run the installer. So there we go. We're going to click select data files. There we've got download DLC shivering.esp. Open their services exe again. We just need to double click that so it gets the crossbar, and that will make sure that it's loaded. Right, so what I'll do now is I will start a game and just get to a point where I can show you that Shivering Isles is in and actually working. So I will be with you again shortly. Right, hello there. As you can see, I've got Shivering Isles going. For some reason, I didn't get the quest pop up straight away. What I've had to do is I've had to go to Braville and swim out into the middle of the lake, and the island's appeared. And now I'm on it. I've actually got the pop up there. So
Here comes another one!
It's not right! Madness!
there we go.
Why?
So if you want to know where the island is, just swim out eastwards from Braville.
Thing is wrong! It can't be done! Stay away from me! I won't go. You can't make me go back! I'll kill you all!
Yes, well, I think we've seen it
You're
working
all going
now.
to die!
So we'll pop out of here
Stay
now.
back. This one's fine!
And we can look at some of the other expansions,
Not
Knights of the
my
Nine,
place.
that sort of thing. Right, hello, back again. Before we move on to Knights of the Nine, I'll just want to say a couple more words about installing Shivering Isles. A bit more detailed instructions are actually found on this page here. Now, it's to do with Linux, but in terms of what files you have to copy and where they have to go, it's exactly the same under Mac OS as it is under Linux. So you can always use this to help you. I want to talk as well about patching just quickly. If you've got Game of the Year edition of Oblivion, you don't need to patch at all, it's already up to date. I don't know, I've got an older version. So I actually started off with Oblivion 1.0. By doing this Shivering Isles install, it actually puts it up to 1.2. I could then install the official patch to take it all the way up to the latest version. However, I'll just refer back to this page, the Shivering Isles Linux page, and it says patches may not install properly by doing it this way, and I found that this is the case, and you could end up screwing things up badly. So I'm not going to try patching mine any further. I'm just going to leave it at version 1.2.201, and I suggest you do the same if you want to avoid any problems. So having said that, let's get on with Knights of the Nine. I'll insert the disk, although my Mac doesn't actually like my Knights of the Nine disk. I doubt very much whether this is going to work. To actually install it with a working disk is just the same as when installing Oblivion. So if we go into go to Oblivion, package contents, Wineskin, and then install Windows software. Now, even though this has popped up, I know for a fact it's not going to be happy about running anything on there. So on my laptop, which does read this disk, I've copied all the files over onto a memory stick, which I've just inserted now. So I'm going, for the sake of demonstrating this, I'm actually going to install from a USB stick. So there we go, English. I'll just show you that. It's just exes, non-install programs that you run. This is the patch which we're not running because it would really screw things over now. This would actually take it back to a previous level, so obviously we're not going to run that. So Wineskin there, install Windows software. I'll just install a couple of these mods quickly. Knights of the Nine, because that's the one everyone will choose to install, I should think. There we go, just let the installer do its thing. I ignore services at exe.crashing, read the license agreement. Yeah, of course I read it. Right, let's just close that, it's annoying me. Yeah, this is taking a bit of a time. Normally it's straight away. Really quick. There we go. Oh my lord, look, progress. Right, I'll just sit here and wait for it to finish. If I remember, I will actually fast forward through this bit because this is taking an eternity. There we go, that's better. Come on, keep going. There, we'll finish that. Leave Oblivion as the main executable, and we'll just click OK. I'm going to working. I'm going to install one that gives you a quest pop-up. So where are we? Down there, and the Wizard's Tower does. Go. I accept the terms of the license agreement. That's more like it. Right, okay. Damn you, services.exe, stop crashing every time. Not that it makes the slightest amount of difference, but come on, come on. I think I will just eject my Knights of the Nine disc. There we go. Got there in the end, just in case my Knights of the Nine disc. Right, there we go. Right, what I'll do now is I'll quit from this, and as soon as I can locate my Oblivion disc, which I've temporarily lost, I will be back and we'll run Oblivion and see these two mods hopefully in action. Right, I have now found my Oblivion disc, there it is, so let's start things going. Just close that. Okay, we'll start a new game. Oh, you can actually see down down here the patch version I'm running. If you need to know which one you've got, there it is. So I'm actually running, I've installed a small mod which gives you an alternate start. It's just quicker than having to run through the initial dungeon, which gets to be boring after the first few attempts. So there we go, skip that.
I was bored.
I'll call him Beryl. After the one in the Oblivion Underworld Let's Play. There we go. Yes, I'll just need to answer these questions so I can get out. So yeah, we go. Fill in our details on this form. Birth sign, I don't care. We're just doing this quickly. Specializations, yeah, that battle mage. Yeah. And I have to answer all of these. Social status merchant. Gems and precious metals. He's comfortably off. And we'll start in Anvil, I think. Got no diseases. You can actually start off as a vampire if you want. Anyway, and to finish it, you sleep. In the next video I will actually show you how to install this mod. So yes, you get onto the main quest by means of a dream, which tells you to go to the sewers to look for the amulet. So that's what those are about. Come on, go away. I'm clicking.
From where do you hail?
You're off duty now. It's about
There we go. That's the Wizard's Lair kicking in. So yeah, that's it. That's fine. That's in and working.
about time.
And there's Anvil on a cloudy day. So then that's it really for this video. We've got Oblivion installed and we've got the expansions installed. Next time, in the next video, I'll go on, we'll install some of the modding software.
Hi there.
And also one or two major mods which really change Oblivion and give you a whole different experience. So I will see you on that video.